actually...
Yeah. I know. I actually tell everyone that. I'm always like, Matho and Robbo have always been like all around us.
Even Keezy, when we used to go with
Yeah,
Keezy.
Keezy, yeah. No, like you would, like, we would always say, like, you know, you guys are so good with us and like just like around the club. Like even go up to Craig like after a game and be like, oh, like I think you should do this, like, you know.
Anyway, that's fucking good shit. All right, you ready? All right, Matho, I have my first paper, my first sheet.
It means it's a serious one.
That means it's pretty damn serious.
Serious.
I've never needed. I can talk underwater. I'm so clear and just precise with the shit I ask. But this is a big guess. I reckon this is accolades wise. Give this like some props. We managed to grab one of the best in the business. And I'm going to start it off with a few accolades because obviously you know who it is by the thumbnail or whatever you're seeing
this. This is without a doubt my favourite AFLW player, and she happens to play at Brisbane.
Mine as well.
Without a doubt my favourite.
And
will be one of the best to ever do it when she finishes up.
And she's too humble for my liking. I wish she was a bit more like arrogant and shit. But my daughter actually wore her this guest number since birth. Number 18 on the back. So
it means
a lot.
You can't go wrong with that.
It means a lot. No. So it's actually good that we haven't had to change it or buy any new jerseys. It's been the same the whole way. But she is a 2 times AFL Women's Premiership Player 2021 and 2023 AFLW Best and Fairest Season 7. That means the Brownlow.
The biggest.
The biggest on the stage, the biggest and the best. AFLW All-Australian Team 2019, 2023 and recently... last night.
As of last night.
Last night. 3 times Brisbane Best and Fairest. Probably add another one on there soon, I think, when they do the Best and Fairest. This one pisses me off. But it is the way that AFLW works because of the games played and stuff. But she's got the second most AFLW games record holder. Gonna be number 1 this weekend.
Drawn. Number 1 this weekend.
No injuries, whatever. But she's the most games played for the Brisbane Lions. It is Alexandra Ali Anderson. Welcome.
Oh, you guys flatter me.
Now, the first question, like not even a question, but I've asked your beautiful boyfriend something this morning. I was like, hey, mate, you got any dirt or anything funny about Ali? He's like, you know what? Just ask her this. Ask her. So he first saw you on the Bruiser Bassey podcast, and then you got a boyfriend. He goes, "Is that the reason why you accepted to come on Rip Through a podcast? Because you're looking for a new man." He's fucking worried. He's worried. You're getting too big for him at the moment. Like you're about to play in your 6th granny.
Just got another jacket last night.
Another jacket.
Good in.
There's no photos on the wall of him.
That's funny.
It's all you.
I actually left the house just before, and I live with a couple of the girls, and they actually made that same joke because Orla came on it with me last year, and I just left before, and she was like, "Oh, what are you gonna find this time?"
Oh shit! Wow. So they're all over.
Any men out there? We have a beautiful young lady just turned 30.
Take it.
Best in the AFLW. She might be single soon.
Sorry, Dylan.
Sorry, Dylan. I absolutely love you.
Yeah.
Now, how you been? I know it's obviously a busy week coming up, and you've managed to find time for us after the golf course, whatever you do. How you been this week, and what's the nerves like?
Yeah, good. Pretty nervous, but like excited as well.
Yeah.
Just played some golf this morning, which is like a nice little break from thinking about it. And we had gym and field session yesterday, and then we'll have our main session tomorrow, and then fly down on Thursday to Melbourne.
I was surprised when she was walking in. She told me she was nervous. She's about to go into her 6th.
For this or for the granny?
For the granny.
Oh.
So her 6th grand final. So this is not something new for you. What's the week like for the girls?
Yeah.
We know what the men's week is like. It's very publicised. They got the parade. What's it like for the girls?
A little bit more low-key than that. It's not as intense, I guess, like, they have like the parade and all that. It's only really for the captain. They sort of go do the photos and media day, which I guess gives us a chance to sort of, sit back and focus on the game, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
We just travel 2 days before the game, so just get down there a little bit earlier, which I think the boys do pretty much the same.
Yeah.
And then, it's sort of just business as usual. So, I do get nervous because I guess it's a big game at the end of the day. But, it's a pretty normal looking week. Like, it's not as much, maybe a little bit more media.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, we had the W Awards last night. Yeah. So
was that up here? Did you just go
we went to Suncorp Stadium.
Oh,
they
what?
had the cricket at the Gabba, I think, or something.
Is that because you guys were in the grand final, you don't travel to where it is? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's,
same as the boys, sort of. Yeah.
Yeah, and we only have, 3 tables, so it's just the ones that are nominated in the squad or for other awards. So
good problem to have that.
Yeah, it's just nice and small.
Hang on, so there's 5 people there.
Yeah, no, there's pretty much actually.
Yeah, wasn't it only there's 4, 8?
Well, 5 and everyone's partners.
Yeah,
plus ones, and then we have some staff, and then our event staff. So just 3 small.
You're in
tables.
a good spot if you're there.
Yeah, well, you must
For a
be
good
knocking on the
reason.
door. Now, I just want to delve a little bit into, because if the people that don't know, which I don't know, they're hiding under a rock or whatever it may be, starting when you were younger, so you were a rugby leaguer when you were younger. So I think it was like 5 years old, you started playing rugby league with your sisters, and then you didn't find footy till like 16. Is that right?
Yeah, about that. It was like, I was like 5 when I started playing rugby.
Yeah.
It was with the boys, but
Were you any good?
I was just really fast.
Yeah.
But like I just hated tackling. Like I was scared of tackling. So
And now
I
you're a
would
tackling
run.
machine in the fucking
I would
Absolute
run beside
beast.
the boys and I'd like almost run past them, but I'd be like, I don't want to tackle them.
Oh, no.
So yeah, I was only 5 though.
Yeah,
so.
'cause you're young as hell.
But I did like that. And then I did like a lot of swimming and tennis.
yeah.
Pretty much throughout my whole primary school.
Juniors and
Yeah,
stuff.
junior. And then it was in high school. My sister started playing in like year 8, and
Which
then
one?
Michaela. Yep, and she's 3 years older. So when I started playing, I was just like, oh yeah, I want to be like her. So just go join the school team, and then pretty much played like 1 or 2 games a year throughout school, and then when I was like 17, went to Zilmia Eagles, and that's when I started
Zilmia.
playing.
Shout out
Yeah,
Zilmia.
yeah, and then just pretty much played ever since. So.
So you're a Kedron girl. Was that where you started
Yeah.
playing?
Yeah.
Kedron
Well, I
High.
played a little bit of junior footy at Kedron too.
Oh.
But yeah, went to Kedron High,
Yeah.
and then Zilmia was the closest at the time.
Did
They've
you
done a
ever?
good job.
Yeah. Did you ever
They've done a
see
good job.
like? I just want to understand. For obviously with the young boys playing footy in high school and primary school, like there was like, oh, I want to make the AFL. Yada yada. When you started playing AFL at school and that, was it ever a thing that you were thinking like, oh, I can get drafted, whatever? Because you obviously. You were in the first ever season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So was it like a thought process ever? Or you just playing
No.
for fun?
Yeah, no, there was like no such thing. Like
That's crazy.
I literally was just doing it because I like loved the sport, and I think that's why. I don't know, like maybe I've lasted so long too. Like I just like genuinely love it. Like
Yeah.
I think we sort of do it for the love of it, and I guess now that's starting to change. Like young girls can now, play when they're young, and then look up to us, and then have that sort of vision of, oh yeah, I want to play AFLW in the future. So, but yeah, no, I sort of just like happened to be playing in the Queensland team at the time. Craig Starcevich was coaching, and then
Jeez, you've known him for a while.
yeah. Then they announced like the league, and he was just like, oh yeah, you want to be on the team? And I was like, yeah, cool. So it just sort of like, and then he drafted me. So it sort of just like happened. Like I was studying at the time and wasn't really going down the athlete path,
Yeah,
and then it just happened to fall into my lap. So
No.
yeah.
That's
She certainly
actually-
made an awesome career of it. that's
It's
for
an
sure.
amazing career, but like it's mind-boggling, like to have that as a kid, like you're just playing a sport just for the fun,
Yeah.
like you don't have any ambitions to like be professional at that
Yeah.
sport, and then to actually being the first crop of players that ever started for the AFLW. What was that feeling like when your name got read out? Let me just check here. You will pick 47 in the 2016
Ooh.
national draft.
Redrafted, that definitely should be sitting in the top
Should be
3.
sitting top one.
Yeah,
Top one. Who does
exactly.
it better besides Erin Phillips at the time? But now she doesn't play
Yeah,
anymore.
no.
Run us through
Nah.
like what were you doing the draft night and when it actually became a reality. Obviously there was like
Yeah.
you have a couple marquee players back then who were earning money that could potentially not have to work.
Yeah.
You obviously were studying. Did you just see as like, oh fuck yeah, I might as well give it a
Yeah,
crack?
well, I think even in the first year, the marquee players were earning only like maybe 15,000,
Yeah, so
I
you
think,
can't
or
live
something
off
like.
that.
But it was only like 7 games.
True.
I think I was on like 8,000 then. So.
Oh!
But I was like,
Oh!
I get paid to play. Like,
yeah.
that's so cool. And yeah, I think I can't even remember the night. Like, I sort of like knew it was coming, so it was still exciting. But had been told beforehand because I actually had a trip planned to go to the US in the.
You love traveling.
Yeah, in the time where the preseason was. So I was like to Craig, oh, like, I'm not going to put my name in because I'm not going to be here. And he was like, just put your name in. I was like,
what a
hey.
coach. What a coach.
You're right. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, so yeah, did that. And then, have
crazy.
been doing it ever since.
Now, Ellie, 6th grand final coming up. You've been at the Brisbane Lions from the start. What makes this group, you would have seen so many turnover of girls come through the club and out, and pivotal players gone, like and Bates gone. What makes this group keep getting back to a granny? What is it? Is it stars? Is it your program? Is it leadership group? Like, how do you just keep getting there? What's the turnover? Like, how do you just do it?
No, it's a good question. Like, I don't know. I think we're, like, obviously our culture is something we like to, rave about, and we all love each other so much, and we feel like we have such a good, culture, and just such like great athletes as well. Like there's so many girls that, like I think it was good by Craig and our staff who they picked, I guess, in the drafts. And when we lost people, they sort of managed to find, just little,
Similar
like I guess people,
players or-
people that hadn't even really been playing for long. Like Kathy Spark, I think was 27 when she got drafted, and she was just like she'd been playing for like a year, and now she's like an absolute gun.
Yeah.
And then Orla Dwyer from like Ireland, just good recruiting, I guess. And then we also have like really consistent like physio, medical staff. We've had the same doctor, the same physios for the last 8-9 years.
Yeah.
We've had the same S&C Greenie, so I guess, and coaching and Bree. So just like all those things and consistency, and then like that sort of core group that have been there from the beginning can sort of like, I guess, mould the group into what we want. So I guess it's just a combination of multiple things.
It is so impressive because some of the players that are left actually have played a pivotal part in grand finals for this club and got them there. And some of them are still very good players in the competition today. But for Brisbane to be able to keep backing it up, I mean, I watch the games all the time. And I think no way this year they're going to go again because
Matthew's actually he's a nuffy, by the way.
So many players lost, so many good players, and they just keep doing it. So that's the program is so good.
That's the outcome of the clubs expanding and more teams coming in, losing good players. But
even like younger kids coming in now, like they're playing since they were like 7-8 years old, like and they're playing more like the boys. Whereas like a lot of us back in the first couple of years, it was
new,
maybe 15, 16 before we picked up a footy. So or like coming from another sport when you're a bit older. So now you're just getting those like genuine young guns that are just coming through and making the league, better.
That's when you're starting to feel old, Ali, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I know.
All these young guns coming through like, shit, back in my day, mate. Now, first 2 years in the system, back-to-back granny losses. How did that go? Like, how did that make you feel in terms of, okay, we're so close, and Matthew touched on it, losing players along the way, key players, to be able to, like, keep going and then make a grand final another couple of years later and win that? What was it like? Is it set up the kind of the culture for the club being so successful? 6 out of 8 grannies is fucking ridiculous.
It's unheard of.
It's unheard of. That's actually crazy to me.
Yeah.
So the first couple back-to-backs, like obviously that would have been pretty hurtful. And how did you guys back up that?
Honestly, it feels like so long ago. Like I can't even really remember it. Like
season 1, season 2.
Yeah, I remember like after the grand final, I just remember like I felt like I was not fit and I just felt like I didn't help the team enough. So I just like went away and tried to like, I guess, fix that so that I could help more. And then obviously came to the second grand final. And again, I think it was both of those games were within like a goal.
Not even a goal.
Yeah. So it was just like obviously disappointing. And then I think that was my, like the 2021 grand final was my 10th grand final, like in my whole sort of career, including juniors and stuff. I'd lost every single one of them. Never won one.
Wow.
Like 9 losses.
You're thinking like I'm bad, Juju.
Yeah.
I just want to play the next grand.
So when
It's
I won it, I finally was like, oh, okay, like maybe it's not, like I'm good.
The monkey's off the back.
Yeah, it's gone. And then obviously lost the prelim the year after, which was disappointing.
Yeah.
And then we lost the grand final the year after that.
Yeah.
And then finally won it again. So hopefully this week turns out good for us.
It's a great story.
I can't wait for your autobiography. I don't care. Like, if you need someone to direct that shit when it becomes a movie.
Volunteering.
It's very good.
Hands up. I'm ready to go with that. It just feels crazy to me that like that you're going into your 6th granny and you're still getting nervous as well. But you turned 30 this year, and a close friend of mine said she might be 30, but she just beat her 2K time trial this year. There's some things that I've got here that you have an incredible pre-game routine. Oh. So do you want I've got it here, but I'll let you talk about it.
It mostly revolves around food, though. But like, like
2 nights out.
Well, 2 nights out, I have burgers, so I have to. And I've actually gotten a lot of the girls onto it as well. So
what place burgers? Your own? You make them yourself? What is it?
Yeah, at home, make them themselves.
Damn, the Ellie burger.
Like,
Chef Ellie.
Yeah, but we're going like when we travel and we're away 2 nights before, we'll just go to Grilled and just have a nice grilled burger.
Shout out Grilled if you're looking for an ambassador.
2 nights before.
2 nights before a game.
Be down there.
And then the day before a game, obviously pasta. Like I feel like that's a pretty basic one. The night before.
Yeah.
And then the next day, like I'll have my breakfast, and then I have to have Subway. And depending on the game time, it's either a 6-inch or a foot long. So
nice. I used to be the exact same. Nice.
And then like it's sort of like when I get to the game, it's like I have a banana, then I have like my Nodos, then I have some like painkillers just to take the edge off.
She's gonna get in and under, so she's gonna get those knocks.
Yeah.
I need to know what's on the burger. What's your burger setup? What's your burger combo?
So it's just like mince, just wrap it up. Yep,
okay.
that's it. Just mince. And then you have like the burger buns. We use the secret burger sauce,
nice.
the ones from Coles or Woolies or whatever.
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And then we have pickles.
Yep.
And then we get mustard seeds.
Okay.
Mustard. So it's like a mustard pickle and then your cheese.
Okay,
And that's
nice.
it. And spinach.
So, Brisbane Lions AFLW, I want you to sell the alley burger at the Springfield home games to the fans, to the little girls, pre-game stuff. Give me an alley burger.
Do we have a sponsor on board, Lions?
Do I get
sponsor?
any?
Yeah,
we will. But I would like the alley burger.
Yeah, let's get grilled
It's
involved.
actually really good.
You know,
Get
in a food truck, get them involved. Sell it at AFLW games.
Yeah.
I'm saying get grilled involved. They win the granny this weekend. I'm going to get
alley
try my
burger.
hardest,
I
alley
want
burger.
it.
That makes sense.
I want it. It
If
makes
that
sense.
happens.
It's it's cool.
So you've played 91 games straight. And you just turned 30, I said. I don't want to keep saying that because 30, but you're getting better with age.
30's young.
Fine wine over here. I'm 35. I'm fucked. Anyway, you've had one of the best years going so far in your career. You've broken a record this year. I don't know if it's been touched since the 43 disposals in a game.
Yeah, no.
It still hasn't been touched?
Yeah, I don't
Boom!
think so. Yeah.
Ali's the best. What's your key to consistency?
me.
Like, I know you're not playing like as many games as like the men's are.
Yeah,
But like,
that helps.
But you
So we
still,
can, like-
you still got to play those games, and they might be short and whatever. But even just getting 43 in a game is fucking unheard of.
I've never really been like injury prone or anything like that, so touch wood.
God, boy, yeah.
But like I've always been pretty lucky that way. So there's a bit of luck. And then as I said before with like our S&C and the consistency of that, they sort of like I've been able to work for the same people now with like for 8-9 years. So like it's just sort of like hitting I guess a peak now. So yeah, broke my 2K, which was pretty cool. Like
What was the time? Just for
I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
7 minutes. 7 minutes.
10 minutes.
It'd be 7 something. It was pretty.
Maybe around that.
Good. Yeah, but you just very professional. I've heard like from all the reports. Like, and we obviously work pretty close. We saw you guys doing a lot of the work in the gym and the extra recoveries and all that kind of stuff. But obviously very professional. Where's that come from? Just wanting to be the best, or
Yeah, I think the team culture helps a lot. Like we're always pushing each other, and everyone's trying to make each other better. I'm very competitive as a person.
Yeah,
like
I
I
can
just
tell.
I want to win. I hate losing. So I think it's just a bit of both of those things. Like good culture, competitiveness.
such a good thing.
Big
to say about
family.
Lions. Yeah, it's big family. I know.
Now, as a female, what's it like sharing a club room with a bunch of males? You know, it's predominantly like a male sport. It always has been, and the eyes are on the males a lot. What's it like to share the club room with them? Is it intimidating? Do you guys enjoy it? What's it like for girls to coming in going like, holy shit, we're walking in the club with, these icons of faces of footy, some of them. What's it like for the girls?
It's actually funny because I feel like the guys are more intimidated by us.
Hell yeah,
I think they've actually said that to us. They just, like, we're obviously like a really loud bunch. And even like the staff upstairs will be like, oh, the girls are back in. Like, because we're just, we're a bit loud and we have a lot of fun while we're there. So, but it's great. Like yesterday we had gym and like a few of them were in there at the same time and, just have some like hallway chats and stuff. And I think I stopped like Lockie Neal in the car park one time and I was like, asking him some questions about some footy thing that I wanted to ask. So it's just like good to sort of like get some knowledge from them. And obviously we have like Oscar come down and help us with the rucks. And
he's just a fucking nice guy, Oscar.
He's the best. He's coming down to the game on the weekend too. So I've told him he has to sit on the bench because he usually sits on the bench, but he had Finn last week, his kid, so couldn't sit down there. But hopefully this week maybe. He better.
He'll get his PJ down there.
Good.
He loves it.
Yeah.
With that's so cool to know because when you guys first started, obviously you guys were at Yeronga and we were at the Gabba most times, but then would cross paths during the preseason, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that is a like a universal thing at most clubs, or do you feel like Brisbane did it really well early days?
I think it was probably like similar to that at most clubs. And like as you said, it was probably a bit harder for Brisbane because we were at Yeronga, you guys were all over the place, and then we're at the Gabba, and at the time I was like, oh my god, the Gabba's amazing, like how cool is this gym? And then like we get Springfield and we're like, okay, wow, this is really cool.
I didn't get Springfield.
I
had the Gabba gym. Fuck.
I like the
it's really
dungeon
cool.
at the Gabba.
Big dungeon was good.
I like it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, I went in there like a couple of weeks, like months ago when we had like a training session, and I was like, it's so depressing down here, like it's really dark.
It's
and, like,
so dark.
But like I think now that it's a lot more. I guess they purposely built it
inclusive.
to make it so that it was really inclusive. So yeah, it's a lot better now, I guess, than it was at the start. But that's just gonna happen. Like men's footy has been around for so long and we've come in only 8 years ago. So obviously it'll change across the whole league. But
Speaking about 8 years ago, and I'll eat my words, I watched the AFLW from the start.
Yes, you did.
Big advocate for it.
For
but when I watched it, and it was hard for me to say, like, Jesus, the level of this is appalling, and I'll be honest. And I watch it because I love to support Brisbane. I knew some of the girls like yourself. But now, 8 years on, I'm happy to eat my words and say the skill has gone through the roof. Have you noticed that in your time since playing? Have you seen the development?
100%. Yeah, like I think the development's been incredible. And like I think if you look back when they first started playing men's footy 100 years ago, it probably would have been the same thing. Like,
they were kicking torpedoes.
Like so I think that's just like a natural thing that, it's just going to progress. And it's, as I said, with the young kids coming through, they're going to be playing now when they're 4 or 5 years old. And you've started to see those kids who just look so much smoother than I'll ever look.
Yeah.
And I think as they sort of like get drafted and push us old ones out, that'll be like where the league really starts to look, super impressive. And it's already looking, really good now, I think.
It is.
Especially like I feel like, like a few of the top like better teams in the league, like playing some really good footy. So it's definitely been like a massive improvement from the very start, which is again going to happen. Like it's just a brand new sport.
I mean, I used to say just for the girls, just get territory and you'll win that game.
That's my game.
Yeah.
Now I watch these girls play and I can see that they've got a game plan with their ball movement. And like I said, I'll eat my words because it is impressive now to watch. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, hopefully the game on the weekend.
Yeah.
No, hopefully it's a good one. And we get on top. Fuck those kangaroo players. No, I won't put that in. So obviously, like 8 years in the system now, do you think the AFL maybe expanded too quick, giving too many licenses to the clubs? Because as we just spoke about, like it's getting better now, yes, but there's still a big drop off from top tier talent to the new girls coming through. A lot of converts still there. Do you think they might have gone probably too quick? And every time I talk about AFLW, everyone's like, nah, too many teams in there. The talent pool is too big now. Like it's one of those things. Do you think they might have gone too quick, too early, too soon? Or
I don't know. I feel like no matter what, there's going to be those years where you do have to actually like just wait and see what the game does. Like I just, like you might as well just get it all there and see what happens. Like, let it progress naturally. So, I don't really know. I guess I'm not really up the top there and to see how it all goes or how it all works. But I'm glad now because we get to verse all these different teams and I think it brings a lot of fans in. Like I think some of the teams like Hawthorn, they've only just come into it, but they're one of the biggest men's clubs. So like having them come in now, like you get way more fans. So I think it's better for the sport in general that we do have more teams and more fans and. Like now, it's been around for 8 years. We'll start getting those players come through, and I think it's where it needs to be at now. Obviously, there's still lots of progress to, improve and get better over the next few years. But again, 8 years into almost basically a new sport in a way.
Yeah. No, I actually agree. Like it's obviously going to take time. I thought they might have gone a bit too early, too soon, but seeing it now, like we watched a few games this year, like seeing it now, like you can start seeing like the development through the players, and obviously more time in the system is better for these other players as well. Like if they're just coming in and just getting straight back out,
got to get it over and done.
Got to get it over and done.
Got to throw them in the deep end.
See if they sink or swim, baby.
If they get flogged, they get flogged.
See if they sink or swim. Fixturing, I came out the other day. We both came out and said like this is a terrible time for football. Because obviously. The men's game's finished. There's nothing going on with football in the men's category. Do you think like the fixturing is something that they could get better at? Would you like to see curtain raises more so? Would you like to be obviously everyone wants to see full-time pay and be professional all year round. How do you think they go about that? You probably like the fixture. I don't know.
Yeah, like I think they're like moving it forward a couple of weeks. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm very like impartial to a lot of it. I just sort of like focus on the game and
rock up, dominate.
Yeah, I'm just like I just have fun, just enjoy the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess like eventually as it does grow, it will coincide more with the men's and there will be more, I guess, as you said, like double header sort of vibes.
Yeah.
And then you've also got to think like a lot of the stuff is based on broadcast as well. So like how they work all that in. So I guess that's sort of mostly up to them to decide. But yeah,
that's what we were saying. It was like a lot of X's and O's and I don't know anything about that shit. I don't know how to run a footy league.
I'm sure there's a lot more behind the scenes that we don't know.
Exactly. But I was like, it would be great to see some games like maybe in the same season as a footy player. So I reckon it would be great seeing a curtain raiser, the females playing and the AFL or vice versa. Like when I go play in Darwin, like that's what they do.
I think if they want the league to take off, they need to do a bit more with the men. And I think that's what they want. But, at this point, a lot of males will watch it and think it's a joke because maybe it is around this time of year and they don't care. The cricket's coming on and whatever, and why would you watch that? But if it's leading into your team, you flick it on early and it's they might watch the 3 or 4 quarter and then so.
Yeah, I think it'll take time.
Yeah,
at the end
it'll
of the day.
take time. But that's what I mean. I think males struggle to watch it and purely it might be because around this time.
Yeah, I feel like it. Now you're a keen traveller. You go anywhere and everywhere.
Yes.
Obviously, it's grand final week, so I'm not going to talk about what's next going on. But
She's going to Icon Park this week.
She's going to Icon Park.
Yeah, Icon Park first.
Big travel.
And then the US.
Hey!
Las Vegas if you win it.
Yeah.
Oh! Can we go? Can we come along? Fuck you, deal. Now, obviously, you're a proud Indigenous woman. You love giving back to the community. You do a bit of work up on the NT, something like when you go up there for a look. What's it mean to you to be like a role model in the community and trying to give back?
Yeah, so I do some stuff with Red Dust. So they're a non-profit organisation, and they go out into remote communities around the NT. And I've gone out to Yuendamu, a couple of different places like Tiwi Islands as well, and it's just really cool. Like you get to go into the schools, and at first, like during the day, you help them with their schoolwork, and it's just such a nice little vibe, and it's just really cute. And then you get to go, you get to actually teach them like healthy living. Like you run a program there, which is like something that I'm really proud of and love doing. And then after school, they come over to the Oval, and you just sort of like run AFL clinics, and it's just it's a lot of fun, and it definitely means a lot to me. And it's just so exciting to see like there's so much talent out there.
So much talent.
Yeah, like
we played up there. I took him up to Darwin.
Yeah.
Played a few games up there. Like it's crazy to see how much talent is up in Darwin and NT in general. But it'd be great to be able to get some like more programs for them to get down here and play because they're freaky. Like
it's incredible. Like I went down to Essendon and I played in their VFLW a couple of years ago before they had an AFLW team, and we had some girls come down from the Tiwi Islands and they were just like unbelievable. So it's just like, the talent is endless, and I can't wait to see, more come through, and obviously they have the opportunity now with all the teams that we do have.
Yeah, it's
awesome. What a great example. Hey?
I know, I love it because I've known her for so long, and to see her grow into the woman she is today.
What a great example.
Now, I was going to ask you about the alter ego stuff because I'm
no.
And another couple of pre-game rituals that I've seen is you have had your hair braided by the same person every single game. Can you confirm or deny that?
Sort of confirm, because I was actually there a couple of years before her, so she couldn't do my hair then. But since she's played, I think every game that she's played, that she's done my hair.
Shout
and
out
even
Tay
some
Smith.
of the ones she's missed.
Is that Tay Smith?
Tay Smith, yeah.
Leading goal kicker.
Yeah, leading goal
Goal
kicker last night.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Congrats,
all
Tay
Australian.
Smith.
Yeah.
All Australian.
And she does my hair every game, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the hairdresser.
Tay, if you want to fix up my fucking blonde piece of shit, you can go for it. And so when you go to the game, you've always been in touch with someone before the game too. Who was that?
Well, originally for the first couple of years, it was Emily Bates.
Yeah.
So yeah, when she left, I was actually really sad. Not only because she was, like my friend and teammate, but my my warm up buddy. Like I didn't have So I asked Jade Ellinger to help me out, and now she's done every game pretty much since Emily left, and absolutely she loves it too now. She's she's never had a routine, and now she's is making sure that she does the exact same amount of handballs. I'm like, who are you? I've turned you into me.
See, that's the culture. They set it early and they come and they find it. Yep, the game is sold out this weekend on Saturday, Reese.
We have a rematch.
We have a rematch as well.
We have a rematch. Yep.
So we beat them last year, and guess what?
We're going to beat them again this year.
How do you stop Kangaroos? I know it's a big game. How do you stop them?
They haven't lost all year.
Yeah.
No,
they've been amazing.
Nah, we beat them.
I mean, I think even just you think about our whole history, and that we're both really competitive with each other, and I think at the end of the day it'll just come down to who's the best on the day, because we know that they're an incredible team, and we also back ourselves too, so it'll just come down to it on the day, but it's super excited.
Mind you, round one was when you played them. So it's been a long time until they've seen each other.
Teams change. I bet you they got
teams change.
They got ahead of themselves.
Teams run in form.
I can feel it. Brisbane never say die attitude. The men's one recently. The girls are going to back it up with back to back.
So it's sold out, but you can flick it on your TV. Watch one of the greatest go to work on the biggest day in a rematch. It's going to be epic. I know my eyes will be glued to the TV.
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to crack a couple cold runs and cheer on my girl with the number 18 on the back. So I'll have Charlie right next to me, Marley right there too. Chancey Boy can watch if he wants, but he's probably playing Fortnite. But Ali, thank you so much for your time. I know it's busy. It's grand final week.
Thank you.
Hopefully you dominate and get the win, and then we can both go to America next year.
And you can enjoy Las Vegas. Go Lions.
Go Lions.
Thank you.
Woo! That was a good one, Al. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You know what? It goes too smooth when I got that.
It was very good.
It was like the
Yeah,
best
that
we've
was
done.
good.
I think it was the best one we've had.
That's the best one I've had. That's like, it went too easy.
I like the Jared Berry one, but that's definitely probably.
Yeah, but
What-
that's your boyfriend, though.
Yeah.
What happens when you like don't have the paper? Do you just go a bit rogue?
Well, I want Brisbane to make the alley burger though at the game. I think
It's actually really.
it would be very sick.